Welcome back, food and travel lovers. Today we're diving into a wild story straight from the neon-lit streets of Pattaya, Thailand. This city is a sensory overload. Music, food, nightlife, and a constant buzz of adventure. Pattaya's legendary nightlife draws people from all over the world, creating a playground where anything can happen. But sometimes, when cultures and expectations collide, things get hilariously out of hand. Our story is a classic only in Thailand moment, a late-night hotel mix-up, some very specific customer feedback, and the local police caught in the middle. Buckle up, this is Pattaya at its most unpredictable. The clock strikes 2:30 in the morning. The vibrant, chaotic energy of Pattaya's nightlife is still in full swing, a stark contrast to the quiet that blankets most of the world at this hour. 3 Indian tourists, perhaps a little lost in the sensory overload, are looking for late-night company, seeking an experience that matches the stories and expectations they've built up. The allure of Pattaya's infamous red light district is strong, promising excitement and adventure. They strike a deal with a local woman, a transaction is agreed upon, 3,000 baht each, a seemingly fair price for the night's entertainment, with a 1,000 baht deposit paid up front as a sign of good faith and commitment. Back at the hotel, the anticipation hangs heavy in the air. But soon, disappointment sets in, a stark contrast to the expectations. The tourists complain her appearance doesn't match their expectations. A shallow critique, perhaps, but one that fuels the unfolding drama. Specifically, her physique, a superficial judgment that ignites the conflict. Awkwardness fills the room, thick and suffocating, a palpable tension that neither party seems willing to diffuse. Instead of confronting her directly, addressing their concerns with honesty, they try to trick her into leaving, resorting to a deceptive tactic to avoid further engagement. They feign the need to exchange more money, hoping she'll take the hint and disappear. But she refuses to budge, standing her ground with unwavering resolve, demanding the full payment for services rendered, or at least for the time spent. A standoff ensues, a battle of wills in a cramped hotel room. It's dissatisfied customers versus a determined service provider, each side feeling wronged and unwilling to concede. Rather than walk away and cut their losses, perhaps learning a valuable lesson in cultural sensitivity and respectful communication, the tourists escalate the situation, making a decision that will undoubtedly complicate matters further. Calling the police, a drastic measure in what should have remained a private matter. They seek official intervention to resolve their customer complaint, a situation that's rapidly spiraling out of control. What started as a private dispute, a simple disagreement over expectations and services, is about to become a Pattaya legend, a cautionary tale whispered among locals and tourists alike. Only here, in the heart of Pattaya's vibrant and often unpredictable nightlife, could a disagreement over unmet expectations turn into a full-blown police matter, a testament to the unique and sometimes bizarre realities of Thailand's most famous resort city. Imagine being a Pattaya police officer, dedicated to maintaining peace and order in a vibrant, bustling city. Called to a hotel at 2:30 a.m., a time when most are sound asleep, and the city slumbers. Not for a violent crime, a robbery, or any typical emergency, but for a rather unusual dispute, a disagreement over product quality of all things. The officers arrive to find a woman visibly upset, refusing to leave the hotel premises without receiving full payment for her services, and a group of tourists equally adamant about refusing to pay, claiming that their expectations were simply not met. Suddenly, the police find themselves as mediators, thrust into an unexpected role. It's a bizarre negotiation, a far cry from the usual law enforcement scenarios they encounter. They calmly explain that both parties need to either reach a mutually acceptable agreement, finding some common ground, or everyone involved risks facing potential legal trouble and serious consequences. Nobody wants their night to end with a visit to the inside of a courtroom, especially in a foreign country. After some tense and delicate talks, a deal is finally struck. The initial deposit is returned to the tourists, settling part of the dispute. The woman, accepting the resolution, leaves the hotel, and everyone involved walks away, perhaps a little wiser. No formal charges are filed, and thankfully, no arrests are made. A peaceful resolution is achieved. Just another unusual story destined to become a local legend, whispered among the residents of Pattaya. A potential crisis averted, but the sheer absurdity of the situation makes it an unforgettable incident for all involved. This episode highlights Thailand's complex relationship with its nightlife industry. Technically, prostitution is illegal, but enforcement in tourist hotspots like Pattaya is flexible. Police often act as mediators, prioritizing peace over strict legal action. It's an unwritten rule: as long as things stay calm and consensual, authorities keep the peace. This pragmatic approach keeps the city's nightlife running smoothly, even if it's a legal gray area. There's growing support in Thailand to decriminalize prostitution, aiming for better regulation and safety. For now, the system is a balancing act, managing chaos rather than eradicating it. In Pattaya, reality and the law often dance to their own beat. So what's the real takeaway, the underlying message from this wild and frankly unbelievable tale? What can we learn from this slice of Pattaya life? In Pattaya, a city that pulses with energy day and night, anything can happen, and often does, in the most unexpected and sometimes hilarious ways. It's a place where the ordinary becomes extraordinary in the blink of an eye. It's a city where fantasy and reality blur into a vibrant tapestry, where dreams and expectations collide under the neon glow of the entertainment district. And as we've seen, a simple misunderstanding, a slight miscommunication, can quickly escalate and become a viral story, shared and laughed about around the world. The core lesson here? It's all about managing your expectations, keeping them grounded in reality. Whether you're ordering exotic street food from a vendor or navigating the exhilarating, sometimes overwhelming nightlife scene. Because sometimes what you actually receive, what ends up on your plate or in your experience, isn't quite what you initially imagined or anticipated. It might be better, it might be worse, but it will certainly be different. And remember, calling the police, while a valid option in some situations, won't always be the magic solution to your perceived problems. This entire story from start to finish is pure Pattaya. It's cheeky, it's chaotic, and it's utterly unforgettable. A perfect encapsulation of the city's unique charm. The police's calm and collected mediation, their ability to diffuse the situation with grace, truly showcases the city's unique and often surprising approach to managing its own wild and untamed reputation. So, travel with an open mind, a healthy dose of humor, and always be ready for the unexpected twists and turns that life throws your way. Because in Thailand, and especially in Pattaya, surprises are always on the menu, waiting to delight or perhaps slightly bewilder you. Like this video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for even more unbelievable, captivating, and often hilarious stories straight from the heart of Thailand.